Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to trade the Wall Street close. It's the rush hour trade time now. Welcome, all of you. I truly appreciate you joining me. So, let's speak about what happened in the market today. There was a big day. There was NFP. Uh, so, since there was NFP, I need to lower the bank rate, but anyway. So, today there was NFP. Let's quickly go through it for the next 5 minutes to 10 minutes. As I've said before, I'm still waiting for my retracement on my potential trade that I'm looking for. And I think I'm gonna hold it, I'm gonna hang in there patiently. I love that support held, pushed to the upside. Remember what I said before. I said the area of my interest here, and I love how the reaction in the market right now. This will be the area of my interest to look for shorts. So I will be holding on patiently here, looking for a potential trade here. And then USD CHF as well, USD CAD as well. We are still getting a continuation to the downside. It looks like it wants to break below and hold that support to look for continuation to the upside. I mean, to the downside. Other than that, my post NFP comment coming along. I hate this. I hate this. Can I tell you something? I've been holding on to this trade for a while. The day I decide to close this trade, look where it is. I hate this. I definitely hate this. I don't like it. And then the other trade that I'm still holding, it looks like it's moving lower. It's not looking good. But here's my NFP post NFP comment. Let's get into it, man. Let's go to the microeconomics and show you my post NFP comment. What do I think? What happened, man? If you didn't watch today's post that I made about my forecast of the NFP, here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, good news. Breaking news is NFP came stronger than expected. Look at that number. The forecast was 111. We got 147K. We got 147K. That was a huge hot jobs data. Does this save the day? Does this delay? So according to me, this will delay. It has potential of delaying the rate cuts, tariffs, and I think one of those things that Powell was looking into was the jobs data. So jobs data today came very strong. I personally was not expecting such a strong data, given what happened yesterday with the ADP data. ADP data came out very extremely bad yesterday, and then I was like, we are likely gonna get very cool jobs data, but it looks like we've very got a good jobs data in terms of the labor market. So that for me, it's telling me that the labor market it's a bit solid, it's a bit stable. So with this stability in the labor market, and then Powell has the power to still say the labor market is stable. Unemployment rate went down by another came down by another 0.2%. Now it came out as 4.1%. That's unemployment rate. I mean, very stable. Before we had 4.2 at some point, we came back to this 4.1 for March. We came back to that 4.1, which is very stable, solid jobs data. So overall, just jobs data is very stable. That might delay the rate cuts in this instance. So just to close it off, um, that should close it off in the tops, in the top trade that I'm looking for. Let's go to the top setups. Let's go to the top setup. I always hate when the top setup. Okay. In the top setup, USD CHF still bearish, even though NFP, where is NFP? Yeah. Unemployment rate came out very strong. Retail sale was strong, and interest rate is not looking good for USD We are bearish there against all the yen thing. And then again, USD CAD is still bearish. But what did we change? We changed Euro USD. It's been one of the highest, but now we've changed Euro USD. We came out lower now, but it's still bullish, but it's lost a bit of bullishness. Euro AUD is still bullish. NZD is still very strongly bullish. I don't know why I went out of that trade. I hate the fact that I went out of that trade. And NZD, Nasdaq is still very bullish. But just quickly, let's go through the technicals. The technicals. So I think on the technical side, I think it is lining up for a short on USD CAD. So if it comes back to this resistant area, I will look to enter USD CAD. While Euro USD, I'm still waiting for a retracement. I am still waiting for I am still waiting for a retracement lower to hold that support on Euro USD. And then the other one, the reason I didn't take it, the British pound is not doing as good compared to the European to the euro. So therefore, we saw the break to the upside. I'm looking to enter as we come back to this support. If not, then I am not going to take Euro USD. I mean British Pound USD. USD CAD also. It still looks like we are still getting that continuation to the downside and the reaction. So before I speak about this reaction, let's go to Nasdaq. Let's go to Nasdaq. So Nasdaq did love the jobs data. Nasdaq today did love the jobs data. From the time until now, Nasdaq it's up 0.86%, while Dow Jones is up 0.68%, and S&P 500 up 0.7%. And right now it's 7:30 p.m. South African time. So saying that alone, it shows that the jobs data. I mean, Nasdaq did have a very good feeling on the jobs data, while gold is down 0.5% after NFP today. And then this is me, and this is how my understanding is. The reason why the jobs market, Nasdaq or the indices loved the jobs data is purely because of the jobs data still says there will still be consumer spending. We are far from recession because jobs data is there. Remember, jobs data it's a good indicator of saying how many people are out there to spend. So employees are the most likely people that are spenders. So consumer spending will still be there. There's still good jobs still being stable. So we are very far from recession. Oh, I don't know how I'm feeling, but we are very far from from recession. So with that being said, this is my NFP post reaction. NFP came out very good. I did love the NFP number in terms of keeping the market stable, and then that's why we saw Nasdaq pushing to the upside. Other than that, thank you so much, guys, man. I love you all, man. Truly appreciate all of you. I do love the fact that we are still stable in the economy, in the labor data, and the stability in the labor data, meaning there's still stability in the market. We are still bearish for the dollar. It doesn't change much, but it keeps the stability in the market than getting a very bad NFP number. A very bad NFP number was gonna scare the market dismal. Even though I didn't expect such a good number, I expected the same or something quite lower after ATP yesterday. So other than that, thank you so much, guys. I love you all. Have a great day. Peace. Okay, let's continue with the stream, guys. We can continue with our stream. Okay, let's do the day trading, man. Let's see what we have. Where are we going? What do you mean the price feed is down for everyone? I just came in now. Let's see. I just came in now, brother. I don't know. Let's see. I'll let you know. How are you, man? Why are you from DJ Club? Let me see. Yeah, yesterday there's not seem to be any movement. Yeah, yesterday just down. What's happening? Oh, I didn't see this. I jumped on now to the chat. So I was been at work. Oh, thank you, brother, for joining me, man. Truly appreciate you, man. There's not seem to be. Oh yeah, the feed is down. So I'm not gonna trade the PM session, unfortunately. Okay, interesting. Yep, it's down. When did you notice this? Oh shucks. When did you notice this drop? Yeah, the thing is down. Okay. When did you notice this, brother? Weird, because when I started streaming about 10 minutes ago, 17 minutes ago when I started streaming, the market was moving. Okay, Bitcoin is moving. Forex. Yeah, same for Nasdaq. Nasdaq, there's no price feeding. Okay. It did close early because tomorrow it's a holiday. That's odd. Don't know, find myself in such a market. Okay. Mm, I'm good. I don't want to find myself in such a market. Okay. Also make my day end early. Were you trading live when the feed happened? Were you still trading? Were you on a trade? Were you day trading? Were you on a trade? Okay, that's odd. So it was possible for you to close trade and still put up your stop losses. That's odd. I don't know what could have happened. Let's see what could have happened, man. Okay. Let's see. Let me just quickly do this. Uh, Let me use AI to just get message quite fast. But you're not on a drawdown though. Okay, let's see. Wait, let me check something. I think I'm thinking about something here. Let me check. Okay, SA top 40 is closed. Let me see German 30. Is it closed? German 40. Not the CFD. See German 40. Okay, all indices are closed. I'm gonna assume Russell also. I'm gonna assume Russell as well has no price delivery. German 40 is moving though. Yeah, German 40 still has price delivery. So it's just US indices. Okay. Yeah, just US indices. Okay. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, it's just US indices. The last price action we had was, what time is this? 1940 South African time. I'm not sure what time is that in USA. So were you not on a drawdown? Because if you're a day trader, you are holding a trade and it closes like that. That's something else. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I think it's better to close off your trade because there is a possibility of the market retracing when it opens, even if it opens on Monday, because I think there'll be price action on Monday. And then, oh, okay. So here is your answer, brother. So just quickly doing my research. So a day before a holiday, sometimes the PM session is not there. The Wall Street closes, works half day, closes early just before a holiday. And remember, tomorrow it's a holiday, so I'm assuming it just closed early for that. Okay. So I guess this is giving me time to do my other things. But that was odd. So that is why, brother, we closed early today just because of the PM session. Sorry, Klopp. And I hope I'm saying your name right. Sorry, brother. I'm in South Africa. I'm going to call it an early night. If you're anywhere else during the day, call it an early day. It happens. I don't know why I missed that. I thought since tomorrow it's a holiday, we're going to close early and just get to trade again tomorrow. But that's not the case. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you asking the question. And please do not forget to subscribe. We're going to add more content. I appreciate the love from UK. Thank you, brother. Just quickly checking something, yeah. Yeah. Thanks, brother. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna quickly do macroeconomics for a long time and we call it a day. So on the indices side, as much as we're moving lower, I should say after NFP, um, the market did love the NFP number. However, just before NFP, just before NFP, the first reaction was we went to the downside, we pushed to the upside, and then that's when the first thing happened. Yeah, it closed early today. So we did continue to the upside. I feel like the market did love the NFP, I mean the NFP number, and as I've explained, this could be purely coming from the fact that good NFP numbers are saying that the jobs data is good. Good jobs data. Recession is still far from happening as much as there will be more economic activities happening. Hence, we see Nasdaq pushing back to the all-time high again, which was very good. And I'm also hoping that we're still gonna get that retracement for some of us to get entries at that low to push back to the upside. And the fact that the jobs data is stable, that gives me confidence to say I can look for more buying opportunities of stock to that upside as well. Not just only, not just only Nasdaq, but also US30 almost at an all-time high. Almost at an all-time high. While speaking about this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get to 100 subscribers and let's grow the channel. Very soon, I'm planning on introducing other traders and we trade together the PM session with other traders. But other than that, that's me, man. So also, USDT, I am still hoping that we're gonna get a retracement low, too deep retracement to look to push back to the upside. But if it does this, reject there, I am gonna move for a move like that. So it's all about waiting right now for me. After NFP data, I guess there was a lot of anxiety or anxiousness in the market for NFP given how ADP came out like. So I am gonna look for a move like that this low here. But anyway, so for me, oh, come on, what am I doing? So I'm just gonna also show you those numbers, the actual number to show you that I'm not thumb sucking. Some of these things are here, and it's something that I see on. Oh, come on, man, on a daily basis. So microeconomics, I love data. I love data. On the data side, these are the bullish thing, and you see CHF is bearish, so I am gonna look for this trade, and I've explained how I'm gonna get it top setup. But so I'm just gonna look at institutional data, not go against, never go against institution. They determine the direction of the market. And I think the next data we're gonna get it next week. But so far in the data, Russell has been a very strong beneficiary of institutional positioning. They've added Nasdaq. I mean, they've added New Zealand dollar longs contract, a lot of long contract. S&P 500, they closed a lot of long contracts, but extremely high close of short contracts, which is telling us that we are still on a bull for indices and with a good jobs data with a good jobs NFP data that is still going to push our indices to the upside. And I'm still bullish for the indices for that fact. But our biggest losses in terms of institutional positioning is the dollar. We saw a lot of institution were opening a lot of short contracts. They added a lot of short contracts on this thing, man, on the dollar. But looking at the commodity scanner, if you go through the commodity scanner, um, it uses so commodity scanner, you look at GDP, we are starting to move lower for oil. Remember, since the war, it's a bit far away from us now. There's still a bit of stability. Trade war also, it's looking good. Things like oil, as much as The war has stopped in the Middle East, where we have Iran as one of the biggest oil exporters. Then we have seen oil moving lower. You look at, I'm not a fan of copper. I'm not going to even look at copper. I don't really look at copper so much. And then on the bond scanner, just also want to show you why I'm saying the market loved it and we are moving into risk on asset. And the only reason why we are moving into risk on asset, 10-year treasuries is still neutral, but we have seen on the technical side, just going to quickly show you that. So we have seen on a technical that the bond market, it is moving lower. They're starting to price in rate cuts already. And that is why I'm contemplating that good jobs data, the market is coming lower. We're gonna get one or two rate cuts for this year. And one of those things is, look at that. Look at the 10-year treasury rate as an indicator of how far are we and where are we with interest rate cuts in the US? One of them, look at the treasury yield, came out lower today, but with good NFP numbers, we saw this bound to the upside in the bond market. And as I have explained, I said this, and I think if you can go watch yesterday's video about my forecast of the NFP, um, so the question here does what does the 10-year treasury yield indicates after the NFP data? Here's my idea. So the bond market did love NFP data, and we've been we've been on a downside trying to price in jobs data, and with yesterday's price action, with yesterday ADP brought a bit of anxiety in the market to say, are we going to get a very extremely bad NFP number? If we got an NFP number, chances that the bond market would be fully priced, almost priced for rate cuts. And why am I saying so? Remember that the bond market is basically the higher the interest rate, the higher the bond market prices will go higher, which means now you get better yield if you buy government bonds because it's higher interest. And in this case, if you look to look at your inflation data, which is coming out slowly, it's at 2.4. So what's delaying us, as Powell said in the ECB meeting yesterday, what's purely delaying us in this case, it was tariffs. That's what he said. And I think one of those things, and I did explain about this on yesterday's video, that one of those things that he was looking at the jobs data, and the job market or the jobs data was very stable at 4.2% interest rate. Employment data, NFP numbers looked good. So today was a major one. If you got bad in NFP data, we will have seen the bond market coming lower. That's high indication of rate cuts. That the bond market is so adamant and is so confident that we will get cuts. And if jobs data was extremely bad, believe you me when I say Powell in the next meeting was going to cut rates. But now with this good jobs data, look at the bond market did love such a move. You look at the Nasdaq did love such a move. And again, if we go back to data, if you go back to data and look into where is this? Look into not even gonna look at economic growth. Look at NFP number. NFP number stable, good. Came out 4.17, which is a good number. Compared to even the forecast, it didn't even beat expectation. I was expecting a number close to 12,000 to 50,000, but anyway, ADP number was bad. And the good thing also, interest rate. Interest rate was 4.1%. Good jobs data as well. NFP, employment rate came out lower. That's a stability in the jobs data, and that does not rise power to cut rates. And the final thing that I'll speak about is jobs opening. We got a very good jobs opening number on the first as well. That was a good number. And wage growth. This is something which maybe wage growth was at 3.7%. I think it came down by 1.7%, 1.1%, 0.1%. So you can tell that these numbers are really saying something. Economic growth is not looking good. I should say GDP numbers. On an economic growth, I'm gonna show you GDP numbers and retail sales as my highest indicator here of of the the economic growth or economic activity. One of them is GDP minus 0.5. That's not good. And that's why we saw that inflation is stable lower. And then also, retail sale has decreased to a negative, so there was no growth at all in retail sales. We got even less than what sales would be at negative 0.9%, which is extremely bad. That's indication of a slower inflation data. And as I've said before, CPI, we are at 2.4%. We are at 2.4%. So when you combine all this data, it says we are getting rate cuts. We're going to start seeing the bullishness. We see on the technical that the bond market it's starting to price in for rate cuts. However, NFP number saved the day, and is high likely it's gonna delay. It's high likely that it's gonna delay the numbers. It's gonna delay rate cuts to maybe to the next two meetings. So if you were to look at the economic heat map for the US, you have unemployment rate. The focus was 4.3%. We got 4.1%, which is a surprise by 0.2%. Which growth? We got a very surprise. And these are the numbers that came out today. And then one of those things also is jobless claims was a surprise as well. We got a very strong number. Initial jobless claims was high. We beat expect. We got a lower. I mean, unemployment claims at 7K, which is very bullish. And another one, it's NFP. We got a surprise by 37,000. So if we're to look at this, the dollar has gained a bit of strength for today. We were close to neutral because we're towards. If you look at this heat map, we're towards the bullishness. We're towards the bearishness of the US dollar currency, given the high possibility of interest rate cuts. So yeah, man. So these are things that I look at and I determine my bias in terms of trading and in terms of long-term trading. So this was my NFP post NFP reaction, man. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna call it a night. Oh man, Peter. Evening, boss. I thought this was not live. I caught you late. I hope you could. What a day with the NFP. Yeah, it's a very good day, man, with NFP. So if you wanna know my reaction for NFP, watch this live, or I will post a video immediately after here about my post reaction of NFP numbers and what does NFP mean in terms of long-term trading, man. I gotta call it a day, brother. There is no market movement. The market closed early today. It's a half day. Tomorrow it's a holiday. So tomorrow we're not trading. Maybe I'll put up content for tomorrow. Yeah, I'll put up content for tomorrow. I'll put up content for tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll what time? Tomorrow 2:30 p.m. Look out for a content, my reaction post NFP, and I'll put up a content again today. And then I see you back on Monday, baby. Oh no, Monday I have an indoor football game. I will see you on, let me think, on Tuesday. Okay. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And it's been a great week. For this week, we got only one trade. Other than that, it's been a great week, ladies and gentlemen, and have a great day. I hope you guys have closed your week on a positive. No, no manga and business. Other than that, I love you all. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. Do not forget to like and subscribe. And this was the PM session, man. As I always say, you sometimes have to trade the PM session. You have to balance work and other things. So this was the rush. This was the PM rush hour trade of the Wall Street. Other than that, have a great day, guys. I love you all. See you all on Tuesday. Love you.